On today's show, we're going to be breaking down the first 2 weeks of the fantasy football season, look at this year's biggest surprises and biggest bust, the possible breakout players for week 3. We're going to break down the bottom 4 teams and see who has a chance to make a bounce back and make the playoffs. Enjoy the show, everyone. All right, welcome into today's show. This is the Fantasy Sports Show with Jesse and Lee. I'm your host, Jesse.
Lee.
Today we're going to break down weeks 1 and 2. Lee, why don't you go ahead and kick us off?
All right, so today we're going to be talking about what we predicted from week 1 and the teams that we liked coming out of the draft, the teams we thought was, not too good in the draft, and the outcome of it. It looks to me like, it was very opposite from what we're thinking. That just shows you how good I am in fantasy football.
It completely went a different way, I think.
Okay, so I want to talk about my team thinking that was the worst draft, and Flying Squirrel thinking he had the best draft. Turns out it was totally opposite. That just shows you fantasy, anything goes. Every week something different. I just needed 3 players, I guess. My quarterback wasn't good. I drafted 3 tight end, which I didn't need, but still came on top. Flying Squirrel, I'm sorry, buddy, but you got to go find the net.
Yeah, you ended up with the Toilet Bowl award on the first week with the lowest score. So that definitely didn't help. Definitely missed the mark on that one because we really liked his draft.
Okay, so let's talk about the matchup. What do you think was the best matchup for the week?
The most exciting one? I did like, not to be biased, but I liked the one me and Joe Mama had. That was pretty good. That was a close matchup. The top 2 scores of the week.
Yeah, that one's very exciting. I know Joe Mama. He was probably already thinking that he got it down. Probably went back to sleep. You know what I mean?
Man.
Oh, I gotta go to work, but I'm winning, so I'm going to sleep now. Woke up crying. I think.
I mean, when I looked at it too, the difference between that whole matchup was it came right down to the battle between Justin Jefferson and Cooper Kupp, which ended up 10 points difference. And that was the difference in the total score. So that's what it all came down. We were so evenly matched. It came down to the 2 wide receivers. So it was a good one to watch.
Yeah, you even had Trey Lance. Still came on top.
Still came out on top.
So I don't know. Now looking at what we talked about week before, the draft, RT's team looks like he's gonna be up there in the running.
Yeah, he definitely snagged up most of those receivers. He was pretty aggressive with that. I think he has every good receiver in the league. I hate to say it, Asian sensation.
What's his new name now?
Oh, that's after week 2. His new name is Tua Infinity and Beyond because oh my God, where'd the Tua Tagovailoa come from with that week 2 performance? But yeah, that is new. Tua Infinity and Beyond should be his new team name.
And just like I said, his fragile porcelain doll running back crew, looks like they're already hurting.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just saw the sleeper report came out, and it looks like an ankle injury for Christian McCaffrey. Limited in practice today. We'll see where that goes. Wednesday's injury reports, you can always take that with a grain of salt. But we'll see going forward and see if he full practices on Friday.
I just noticed another good matchup was Big Sean and Pokai.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a good one.
It was a battle of Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Wow.
Yeah, that was he started that week off strong with Josh Allen coming out firing away. He had a big week 1, but it was a foggy toast there. He was led the way with Jerry Jeudy and AJ Brown.
Yeah, looking at his lineup right now. Wow, his team is very, very well.
Yeah, that's a well-rounded team for sure. Looking at what he picked up, Tyreek Hill. He picked up the question marks we have for wide receivers, and man,
they're coming through.
Yeah, he must have been holding on a 4-leaf clover while he did the draft. That lucky son of a.
Yeah, man, I want to read his book.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
All right. So, what do you think about which player you think that shined, and which player you think that,
Oh, and
let us down in week 1?
Week 1, oh, it was Definitely Justin Jefferson. I think he just the target share alone he got over there in Minnesota. It was literally they just threw the ball to one person. So I was really happy about that. But the biggest surprise for me was Saquon Barkley coming out of nowhere.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. Wow, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Is he gonna keep up his like old ways that he was doing his things, or is he gonna get hurt again and go back? But the way he looked, like he looked good. He looked like he's back to his old self.
Yeah, he's looking strong. I didn't believe in it because that offense is terrible.
Yeah,
That's a terrible offense. I was like, there's no way Barkley gets going. And listen, he proved me wrong.
I think he proved a lot of people wrong. Who do you think was the worst, the bust?
The biggest bust had to be Aaron Rodgers. It's torn. Aaron Rodgers, Austin Eckler was kind of not the hit you were, especially at the draft. You were gonna spend a first rounder on that guy. Didn't really come through. Those two were definitely my disappointments. Definitely hurt.
Yeah, I think Eckler. I think in most drafts he was probably like the top 5 guy that was going. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it don't look like he's gonna be the same as of now. I mean, hopefully it changes because I got him on the other league.
Well, yeah. I mentioned that in the first episode, how he was asking for less touches, and that kind of concerned me. And it looks like they're not even giving him the ball in the red zone, which is a surprise. It's a lot of Sony Michel, way too much Sony Michel going on in the Chargers offense there.
Yeah, it's like they're using like three different backs. I mean, Eckler's supposed to be their guy, but it seems like all three could do what he does now. So we'll see. It's only the beginning, so we'll see what happens.
All right, to close out week 1, we're going to announce the winners and losers of the first week. So the first matchup was Vegas versus Joe Mama. I ended up winning that 179 over 169.
Yeah, it was a close matchup, but Vegas came through at the end, as usual.
Next matchup was Blind Squirrel and Asian Sensation. Sensation got this win very, very handily, 139 over 73.
Blind Squirrel, like I said earlier, man, go find a nut.
Oh, man, it's he is. I think when he says Blind Squirrel, he's like that squirrel from Ice Age that just could never get the nut. Yeah. Next matchup was Natan versus Boobies. That one, that was an interesting matchup, but Natan pulls out the victory, 136 over 113.
Yeah, Mahomes all the way. I mean,
yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was the biggest difference. Mahomes had that huge week 1. Next matchup was Lee Your Rooks versus Funbags. You handily led the way with the 156 over 129 victory there.
Yeah, well, I got lucky. I mean, Rodgers had a terrible game. Eckler, like we talked about earlier, not doing his thing. All I needed was 3 players: Taylor, Pittman, and Diggs. Baby.
There you go. Next matchup was Big Sean and Foggy Toast. Foggy got that victory pretty easily, 156 over 127.
Big Sean, I heard that you were talking smack about my team being the worst, but looks like you have the L in week 1, baby.
Yep, definitely got that L in week 1. All right, we're going to move on to the week 2 matchups, hit the highlights. What was your best match? What do you think was the most entertaining matchup of week 2, Lee?
Oh, it had to be Rooks against Nathan, man.
Yeah.
My team, Nathan, I told you, don't rub it in, man. Don't rub it in because you're gonna jinx yourself.
Yeah,
enough.
He was definitely doing that victory dance a little too soon, and come that Monday night, it was over pretty fast.
Nathan, one more for you, baby. Diggs.
Yeah, I definitely thought that was the most entertaining, especially watching you worried, sweating it in the first half of that game.
I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me, man. Come on, man.
But no, it was good. Another one I liked really was the big time Sean versus Funbags matchup. Of course, Sean really thinking he had it. He had to make that comeback victory in the Sunday night game with the Aaron Jones game, and he came through with a big performance to help him get that victory.
Yeah, and Funbags, Eckler, talking about week 1 about Eckler, now week 2 again underperforming. Kind of worried now.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that happened in week 2, Foggy Toast just went off on a tear. I mean, he had 3 players from that Miami-Baltimore game with Jackson, Hill, and Bateman. The best thing about that, if you look at that, he didn't have a single other player in double digits scoring.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's like, wow, Jackson.
And
wow.
he still scored 176. I mean, that
is scary.
Yeah, that was scary to have 3 players pretty much get your entire scoring total.
Wow.
The other matchup, of course, was my team versus Asian Burning Sensation, or as I like to call him, to infinity and beyond, because Tua came out of nowhere. Looked like I was handling that game, and Tua goes nuts and throws 6 touchdowns. And of course, I'm thinking I'm not out of it. Watch the afternoon games, and the second drive of the Niners game, Trey Lance goes down.
Bye-bye. To me, it looked like a setup, man. They wanted Garoppolo, man.
But hey, to that note, did you see the Niners, the way they played after Garoppolo got back in the game? It looks like they really, really were out there trying.
Yeah.
The worst thing about that was, if you look at my bench, even though Trey Lance only played those 2 series, he still scored more points than Jameis Winston, who played the entire game.
Man.
So I really had no options. It was just I was doomed to lose.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I did the same thing. I mean, I dropped Mac Jones to pick up Geno, thinking, oh, maybe he's gonna turn around, but it's same old Geno, same thing, So, but he did score more than Winston.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because I don't know. Before the season started, I thought Winston's gonna turn around that team, the offense, but I think they're lost right now.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, I was looking at the stats, and I'm looking at the third quarter. I saw a score. He actually had -6 points at some point in that game.
Jeez.
The Toilet Bowl Award for the second week in a row goes to Blind Squirrel.
Well, he's going to win something. I mean, if he's not going to win championship, he's going to win Toilet Bowl. So
yeah.
he'll win something.
He's consistent at being at the bottom. That's he's got a streak going. Unfortunately, it's the kind of streak you find in your shorts.
Oh, man. And I picked him to be the top draftee in preseason, but
the injuries have really hurt him with Keenan Allen, Alvin Kamara, and Chris Godwin. And what is the deal with Tom Brady?
I read a thing saying a 45-year-old man crying like a baby. I mean, that's why it shows right there.
Man, it's just been hard to watch the first 2 weeks. I've even said it's reminiscent to the Peyton Manning final season, where he's going to rely on that defense to kind of get the victories for him, is what it looks like right now. But hopefully he can have a week 3 bounce back and help Blind Squirrel get into the win column.
It's going to be hard. I mean, Evans is going to be out for a game, so.
Yep.
And there are a lot of injuries over there.
Yeah, definitely. If I was Blind Squirrel, I'd definitely put him on the bench and see if there was any alternatives to start somebody else.
But one good thing is our league, we have 4 bench spots, no injured reserve. You got to make that move, baby.
You got to make the move, buddy. You got to make the move.
You got to pay. Come on now.
All right, Lee, what was your biggest surprises of the week as far as disappointments and overachievers?
Okay, I'm going to go with the actual team of Cincinnati Bengals. Week 1, they came out, but, the way they lost, I mean, it's one of those games like it just happens, right? So I'm thinking they come in on week 2. They're going to come back strong. They're going to show everybody what they got, playing against hurt Dallas with no Dak. But, yeah, they I can't cuss, so they S the bed, pretty much. Yeah, they blind squirrel the bed, pretty much, yeah.
Well, the biggest thing with them is they got to keep Joe Burrow standing up. That offensive line has not really helped him out, and the problem with the play calling is it's a lot of 5 and 7 step drops, and he's not getting any time to throw the ball.
Yeah, but playing against hurt Dallas also, I mean, with the new quarterback.
Come on, man, you don't believe in Cooper Rush?
I never even heard that guy before, but yeah, I mean.
Come on, it's not that bad when you lose to Cooper Rush and Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, wow, exactly. Well, I'm happy they're the worst in our division now. So,
oh man,
they're 0-2. My overachiever, to me, I know a lot of people's gonna think of other games that happened that week, which there was quite a few, but I like the Buffalo Bills, man. I think they are the real deal. I mean, man, all I gotta say is Diggs. Nathan, man. If you're hearing this, Diggs, baby.
Yeah, that offense looks pretty stacked. The only disappointment on that offense, I think, is the running back situation. They get such a big lead, that usually a team would run the ball and give it to their primary back, but they've got such a huge lead. They put in like the third and fourth stringer to finish off the games.
Well, their best running back is Josh Allen. Jesus, come on now, he does everything.
Oh man, that guy does it all. All right, my biggest letdown for the week 2 is Russell Wilson. That man should change that tagline to Broncos Nation. I lied.
yeah, for sure.
Like literally in that let's ride, just say I lied because he looks terrible going into this next week. So I'm curious to see what goes on with that. That offense just looks lost.
Man, I was so high up on Denver.
Oh, and it's just been...
And he lost to Geno Smith.
Oh, man.
And the Geno Smith that played on week 2, man, if you lost to that guy, man, that means I don't know what to say about him.
They played the Texans in week 2, and Davis Mills. I mean, that team doesn't even throw the ball down the field. I mean, they're ranked 30th in the league in yards per attempt. So there's just a lot of dump offs. And to almost lose to the Texans, come on, you should have handled that one.
Man, how much is he getting paid?
Oh yeah, that contract he signed. I think he even got booed by the Denver crowd there for a while during the game. So yeah, interested to see moving forward if they get their stuff together. Biggest overachievers. Listen, I'm just gonna go with the Miami Dolphins because
I can't go wrong there.
That friggin' Tua. Tua is haunting my dreams right now. But happy to see whoever was successful has Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Who else is on that offense? Pretty much, you got anybody in Miami's offense, you might be all right.
Yeah, they're. I mean, before the season started, I thought they were gonna be good, but I didn't think they were gonna be this good.
Nope.
I mean, they to come back from that, playing the Ravens. That's probably the best game. It's probably gonna be the best comeback of the year.
Oh man, coming back 21 down. Oh, that was crazy. All right, to wrap up week 2, we'll go through the winners and losers. First matchup was Big Time Sean versus Fun Bags. He gets the W, 176 over 153.
Well, Big Sean, you came through, man. Your team's showing out now. Hopefully, stays that way. Fun Bags, sorry, but all the injuries and Eckler, I don't know. I'll take him though if you want to trade.
Yeah, Fun Bags unfortunately falls to 0-2. Next matchup was Boobies versus Foggy Toast. Foggy Toast handled this one pretty easily. 176 from 3 players to 96 from Boobies.
Wow, Foggy, man, your team is crazy good. You should have saved some of those points for next week, maybe. I don't know, but hopefully they continue.
Yeah, Boobies also falls to 0-2 on the season. Next matchup was Blind Squirrel versus Joe Mama. Listen, we already talked about Joe Mama. He won that handily, 149 over 83.
Blind Squirrel. Well, you're gonna get a ring of some sort, but Joe Mama, man, he should have went easy on him, man.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Tom Brady is on turd alert because that's brutal. Next matchup was Vegas versus To Infinity and Beyond. He beat me 173 over 128. Really handed it to me.
Yeah, Asian Sensation. We're waiting for you on this broadcast, so. When you're ready, just talk smack. You know what I mean? Yeah. But your team did show up, so.
Well, I'm just glad you're stacking up on the running backs for when the your China dolls all break. So.
Oh, I see a couple question marks already. So get ready.
It's gonna happen. Next matchup was Natan versus Rooks. This was, of course, I think the matchup of the week. You agreed. You take it down 158 over 144.
One word, Nathan. Dicks. Yeah, man. You gotta keep your mouth shut.
Oh, yeah.
Don't jinx yourself.
Stephon Diggs comes through with how many touchdowns? 3 touchdowns in that game? Yeah. Listen, Natan, you had Jalen Waddle. He gave you some great points, but unfortunately, Diggs saves the day. All right, we're going to break down the week 3 previews. First matchup is the 1-1 Big Time Sean versus the 0-2 Boobies.
Well, we got some concerns on Herbert and Russell Wilson. I think this one, Boobies, he has to come through because 0-2 going in. Big Sean, I think it's gonna get the W. Bro.
Yeah, it's definitely a must-win situation for Boobies, and like we said, we talked about it. Justin Herbert being hurt, who knows what that's gonna be like. The thing with and of course, what are you gonna get out of Russell Wilson? Everything else, I mean, it balances itself out. I think this will be a pretty decent matchup. So far, Big Time Sean is favored to win.
Yeah, he has Josh Allen. I mean, he doesn't need Russell Wilson.
Going with Josh Allen. I think I got to go with Big Time Sean winning this matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're praying for you, boobies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a must-win for you. All right, the second matchup is going to be Team Natan, who's 1-1, versus Funbags, is 0-2. Another team that needs a big W.
Yeah, last week was a tough loss for Natan, but it looks like he might be all right. I mean, Funbags have to have a win. I mean, if his players come through this week, some of the underachievers that he has on his team, he might have. I think he has a good shot.
Yeah, he's got. If Funbags can get Aaron Rodgers and Austin Eckler to live up to what they're supposed to be, I think he's going to be fine. He's got Amon-Ra St. Brown going in that Minnesota versus Detroit matchup. I think he has another big game. He's also got Michael Thomas there. I just don't think Cooper Rush can help carry Natan to a victory on this one. Funbags is actually favored pretty decently in this matchup by about 30 points at the moment.
Well, Nathan has Mike Evans on the lineup.
Yeah,
I don't know if he knows he's suspended. But
yeah,
I'm not gonna say anything.
You might want to check that out, Natan, because you got a guy that's suspended on your starting lineup. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna I'll take Funbags to get their first win of the season here.
Yeah, most likely, I think, yes.
All right, next matchup is going to be Team Joe Mama versus Tua Infinity and Beyond.
Well, this is going to be an exciting matchup, I think. If Tua does what he did last week, it might be all right. Right now, he's a dog, but he just got to worry about his porcelain dolls that he has. That's questionable. Hopefully, nothing serious is happening over there.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the matchup between the wide receivers that Joe Mama has and all the running backs that Sensation's kind of stacked up with. It's going to see who's going to come out on top. This one will be an interesting matchup. It's going to be fun to watch this ticker. But right now we got Joe Mama's actually an 11-point favorite right now. I'm going to go take Team Joe Mama simply because I just want Kevin to lose.
Well, in that case, you know what? I'll go with the underdog.
Oh, come on!
Underdog always come out.
Gonna go with Sensation. I hope he gets the Toilet Bowl award this week. All right, our next matchup is Lee Your Rooks versus Foggy Toast. Battle of two teams that are both 2-0.
Oh man, I'm kind of scared. I mean, Lamar Jackson's gonna outscore both my quarterback for the whole season in this one matchup. Oh, but I still have some good quality receivers. Jonathan Taylor, hopefully he bounces back. Might have a slight chance. I don't know, but I'm rooting for the underdog.
Yeah, you are a slight dog in this matchup. It's going to come down to who has the bigger game. I think it's going to be Diggs. If Diggs can repeat what he's been doing for the last 2 weeks, I think you're going to be just fine. Tyreek Hill in that matchup against Buffalo, I don't think he's going to put up the numbers he did last week. I mean, if he does, kudos to him, but that defensive thing is more superior. It's just going to be that matchup at the quarterbacks that's concerning for me. As you've got Matt Ryan going, and we know what Matt Ryan did last week.
Well, he did better than Geno Smith, who I also have, and combined, I think I got like 8 points last week, which is so sad.
Yeah, you didn't break double digits between two quarterbacks.
Lamar Jackson's one touchdown probably beat my two quarterbacks last week.
All right, the final matchup is my team versus the Blind Squirrel, otherwise known as Bye Week.
Yeah, Blind Squirrel, man. I don't know. You got to make some kind of move.
He's got some. Listen, he's got a decent match. He's got Stafford going against the Cardinals this week. I really like the matchup there. Stafford, I think, has a great game. It's curious to see what else happens.
I don't know. When I saw Derrick Henry, he doesn't look the same, and that's his main player. So, I mean, if he shines like he did the past few years, he bounces back for this week, he might be all right.
Yeah, he might be all right. He's got to get it going, and if he doesn't get it going this week, I'd be concerned.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
So when are you gonna change your name? Trey Lance a lot of TDs.
Definitely got to change that. I'm trying to think of something creative. But that remains to be seen. Right now, I'm trying to figure out, because of the Thursday night matchup, do I start Kareem Hunt or Javonte Williams?
I like Javonte Williams. Kareem Hunt, I think he's gonna do his. You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't.
tough
Yeah,
one.
I just thought about it, but it might be a grind game there.
Yeah, it's
a division game. Yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting game too. So yeah, curious to see that one. I am of course favored in that game. I'm definitely taking myself in this one.
Yeah, I think I gotta agree with this one. I mean,
Blind Squirrel, we love you, man. We loved your draft, but
yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, it has not worked out for you because listen, old man Tom Brady has I think is falling off the cliff here, and you're definitely going to need some help, especially with your injury concerns you got going on. You can either drop those guys, and we can all snag them up for you.
Cha-ching!
All right, now we're going to get into our new segment. It's called the Just $1 segment, where me and Lee we're going to pick between quarterbacks, running backs, receivers. Each one of us choosing one. The winner of each week will tally up a $1. And at the end of the year, we'll see who has the most dollars at the end of this year. All right, Lee, I'll let you go ahead and kick it off.
Okay, so QB, I'm gonna take Lamar Jackson. I think he's gonna do the same thing he did last week. I mean, he's playing New England, not a good team this year. He's probably gonna get from the loss. I think they're gonna be hungry to get more. And I'm gonna take my Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, look, last week they didn't do much. The whole team didn't do much, but they got a solid team. I think top players over there. So, and he's my number one pick for this year. So
I think they correct what their mistake was in not getting Jonathan Taylor the ball. So I think you see a lot of JT in this one.
And my receiver, another one of my players, my superstar, Stephon Diggs. It's going to be a tough matchup, I think. It's going to against Miami against Buffalo, a division game, both high-power offense. But the edge is on Buffalo, I think, because they got Josh Allen. I mean, I think he's the real deal. So,
yeah, and just to lead that in, that's perfect because at quarterback, I did take Josh Allen going in this matchup. I really like the match. If Lamar Jackson can put up those kind of numbers on Miami's defense, I am just curious to see what Josh Allen puts up on that defense.
You're right.
So at running back, I'm gonna ride the heat wave. I'm gonna ride with Saquon Barkley. As hard as it is to root for a person on Tua Infinity and Beyond's team. Sorry, that name is sticking. But yes, I will be rooting for Saquon Barkley. At receiver, I did take my own Justin Jefferson. I like the matchup. I think it's going to be a shootout between them and Detroit. I mean, those guys are putting up points.
You can't go wrong there. I mean,
I think they corrected. I think last Monday, on Monday night, Cousins kind of struggles, and he's always been known to struggle in primetime games. And hopefully, I think they have a bounce back, and I think Jefferson has a great year.
Oh, I definitely think he's top three. He's top three. But this week, yeah, you might be right. I think he's gonna shine.
All right, guys, that'll do it for us this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Next week, we will get into the breakdowns for week 3, see who was right and wrong, and also visit our Just $1 picks and see who the winner was.
All right, guys, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, guys, have a great week. We'll see you next time.